This is Tim Bryce with my column titled The Political Money Game. The donations received by political candidates is a strong indicator of their popularity. The more the candidate receives, the stronger their position becomes, as it will be used for promotional purposes. The numbers for the last reporting quarter, the third quarter, to the Federal Election Commission, or FEC, was recently concluded with some interesting results. In the case of the Democrat presidential candidates, let's look at the top 10 candidates as reported by the FEC. In the third quarter, Senator Bernie Sanders took in $25.3 million. Senator Elizabeth Warren took in $24.6 million. Mayor Pete Buttigieg took in $19.1 million. Businessman Tom Steyer took in $49.6 million. Of that, 95.9% of it was his own donation. Former Vice President Joe Biden took in $15.7 million. Senator Kamala Harris took in $11.7 million. Representative John Delaney took in $500,000. Senator Cory Booker took in $6 million. Former Representative Beto O'Rourke took in $4.5 million. And Senator Amy Klobuchar took in $4.8 million. Perhaps the most illuminating number in terms of donation is that of Senator Elizabeth Warren's, which picked up considerable steam in the third quarter. While her donations grew rapidly, former Vice President Joe Biden's numbers have been plummeting, perhaps due to the controversy surrounding his participation in his son's business dealings in the Ukraine and China. Whatever the reason, Senator Warren has replaced the former vice president as the front runner. Many of the candidates are spending more cash than they receive in donations, particularly Senator Amy Klobuchar, former Representative Beto O'Rourke, Senator Kamala Harris, and Senator Cory Booker. Unless they can get a sudden uptick in popularity and substantial cash infusion, it is just a matter of time before they're forced out of the race. The donations received by the Democrats pale in comparison to the $165 million received thus far by President Trump. This does not include the millions also received by the Republican Party. In fact, the Trump campaign has cash reserves of $83.2 million, which is more than the top three Democrat candidates combined. Not only is President Trump getting more donations than the Democrats, it appears his campaign knows how to manage their financial resources better. More than anything, House Speaker Pelosi's call for an impeachment inquiry triggered a huge response from the president's supporters who donated generously to his re-election campaign. Such a response was anticipated as this accusation galvanized the Republicans to come to the aid of their president. In other words, it could be construed the call for impeachment is the best thing that could happen to President Trump's re-election. Interestingly, none of the candidates thus far have asked for money from the Presidential Election Fund as found on our IRS 1040 forms. Maybe they're waiting until the final nominees are announced. If they do not use it, though, why are we bothering with it? No matter how you slice it, all of these donations, be it related to the Democrats or Republicans, is an obnoxious amount of money which we should be using for better things, such as repairing our infrastructure, the war on drugs, paying off the national debt, etc. Instead, it will inevitably go to the news media, thereby compounding our problem with fake news, which I personally regard as ridiculous. Friends, keep the faith. This is Tim Bryce in Palm Harbor, Florida. Follow me on the internet at timbryce.com.